What if I told you about a ship whose entire crew was found dead, their eyes wide open, mouths frozen in silent screams, with no signs of struggle, no wounds, and no answers? Moments later, that same ship mysteriously exploded and sank beneath the waves, erasing every clue forever. This is not a scene from a horror movie. This is the chilling mystery of the SS Ourang Medan, the ghost ship that turned the calm waters of Indonesia into a sea of questions. It was the year 1947, somewhere near the Strait of Malacca, between Sumatra and Malaysia. On a humid morning, radio operators on nearby ships began receiving frantic Morse code messages. The unknown voice on the radio said, "SOS from Ourang Medan. We float. All officers, including the captain, dead in chart room and on the bridge. Probably whole crew dead." Then after a few moments of silence, came one final, chilling message. "I die." And then, nothing. Every ship in range tried to contact the sender, but no response came. The coordinates were roughly traced, and one American vessel, known in reports as the Silver Star, changed course immediately to investigate. When the Silver Star approached, they saw the Ourang Medan silently drifting under the blazing sun. There was no visible damage, no smoke, no fire, no signs of struggle. A small team boarded the ship. What they found would haunt sailors for generations. Bodies were scattered across the decks, lifeless, eyes wide open, arms stiffly raised as if frozen in terror. Even the ship's dog lay dead, its teeth bared in a silent snarl. The captain's body was slumped over the bridge, and the radio operator, who likely sent that final SOS, was still sitting at his post, hand resting on the telegraph key. No one had any wounds, no signs of poison, no gunfire, no explosion, just fear, frozen on every face. When the boarding team from the Silver Star returned, they were shaken. One officer later told reporters, "I've seen death at sea, but never like this." An inquiry was planned, but before any investigation could begin, something strange happened. Thick smoke began to pour out from the ship's lower decks. The rescuers barely had time to cut their ropes before a massive explosion tore through the Ourang Medan. Flames engulfed it, and within minutes the mysterious vessel sank into the depths of the Indian Ocean, taking every secret with it. Police in nearby ports questioned the Silver Star crew for days. How could an entire ship die so suddenly? Why did the bodies show no wounds? Some maritime officers suggested carbon monoxide poisoning or toxic gas leaks. Others hinted at chemical weapons or smuggled substances reacting inside the cargo hold. But with the ship gone, there was no evidence, no survivors, no logbook, and no registry under the name Ourang Medan found in Lloyd's Register of Shipping. Even the Dutch maritime authorities later admitted they could not locate any record of such a vessel. Newspapers like De Locomotief in Java published the story in 1948, calling it the strangest sea mystery of our time. The public was divided. Some called it a hoax, others claimed it was covered up by governments involved in secret chemical transport after World War II. And then came the ghost stories. People began whispering that the crew had seen something they shouldn't, something supernatural, and died of fright. Fishermen around Sumatra swore they saw a ghostly ship drifting under the moonlight in the following months, silent and empty, before fading into mist. Over the decades, investigators, writers, and skeptics have offered their verdicts. Police investigators said possibly toxic gases or carbon monoxide killed the crew. Maritime historians concluded the Ourang Medan never existed. No official record proves it. But locals and sailors insisted, records can disappear, but fear leaves a mark. Something happened out there. Some conspiracy theorists believe the ship was carrying illegal chemical cargo smuggled out of post-war Japan, and that an accidental leak killed everyone, forcing officials to erase the ship's identity to avoid scandal. Others still hold to the eerie belief that the ship was cursed, that the men saw something beyond human understanding, and paid with their lives. To this day, no wreck of the Ourang Medan has ever been found. No logbook, no crew records, no photographs. Just a handful of newspaper clippings, a few radio transcripts, and a story that refuses to die. Was the Ourang Medan a real ship destroyed in a tragic chemical accident? A government secret wiped from history? Or just the most terrifying sea ghost story ever told? The ocean keeps its secrets well, and somewhere beneath those dark waters, perhaps the Ourang Medan still drifts, silent and waiting, her crew forever frozen in fear.